So it's all about those social and environmental conditions that surround the individual. I'll always say that you can't force intrinsic motivation or self-determination because that would be extrinsic. You can only facilitate it. And the way you facilitate it is through what DC and Ryan would call cognitive evaluation theory. Like long name, fancy name, really simple. And all cognitive evaluation theory is it outlines three tenets. And these are environmental tenets that you could use as a parent or as a teacher, or wherever you're from, to facilitate intrinsic motivation in individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So the three things are a sense of competence, a sense of autonomy, and a sense of relatedness. And we'll break them apart. So competence is really important, and facilitating in children and teens competence is really essential. So this means that we are really focusing on your own child's strengths, and we're really focusing on their interests, and we're giving them credence, and we're giving them, almost like compliments. I mean, praise is a little extrinsic, but we're giving praise and compliments about those specific strengths. So it's not just like, great job on that, like that learning that bar chord. It's like, I can't believe you learned that bar chord on guitar. That's really, really hard. That was really big. Right? We're not just like, wow, you're, good job in golf. It's that golf swing has really made, like, it's been really wonderful for you. And really noting these very specific things in your child's life, right? So that's really important. The competence part also comes from the internal feelings of competence that students feel. When you see your kid like accomplish something, that they have that smile on their face, they feel like they really did it. And we really want to, as adults, like make those things happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to facilitate an environment where the sense of competence is really high. Because if students and kids have competence, then they have confidence. And that confidence allows them to really like take risks and explore things that they may not have thought that they could explore.
Right.
The second part of this is autonomy. As homeschoolers or unschoolers, this will not be a surprise to you. If you are public schoolers or public school parents, this might be a little scary. Giving your kids and adolescents a sense of freedom and opportunity for choice is scary, but it is so valuable, right? A lot of our kids go through life and they are told what to do at specific times. So if your kids go to school, they have to raise their hand to go to the bathroom. If your kids, are in an area, they have to they do math this time, they do like social studies this time. And there's not a lot of choice inherent, but choice is really important when it comes to facilitating a sense of intrinsic motivation. And so we have to lean on giving kids more autonomy, giving kids more free choice, giving kids more freedom in their everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is my favorite. Again, these are tenets that increase intrinsic motivation. The third one is a sense of relatedness. Kids need to have one person that unconditionally accepts them and allows them to make their choices no matter what. And then no matter what is the hard part, right? Like we want to unconditionally love our kids and unconditionally accept our kids. But sometimes we don't do that no matter what. No matter if they make a mistake, no matter if they take a risk that maybe, we didn't approve of. But providing that sense of relatedness, I have your back no matter what. I may not have liked what you did, but I have your back no matter what, is really important for students to develop a sense of courage, to develop this sense that they can take risks and that they can provide challenge for themselves and that someone will support them, whether they succeed, which is always wonderful, or whether they fail.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really like the magic of intrinsic motivation is competence, autonomy, and relatedness, and providing that sort of environment for kids and teens. And it's all about, listen, I'm the first parent that's super concerned about the health and safety of my child, who's now a young adult, and I have no control over that anymore, right? But I'll be the first parent to say that like, we like that bubble and we like that sense of control. But the truth is that our children are going to grow up and they're going to grow older and they're going to make decisions by themselves. And so it's really important that throughout life, we prepare them to be able to make independent, autonomous decisions by themselves.
Yeah.
So they practice in that, right? It's not like just when you're 18. I remember when I was 18, I was first allowed to like make my own decisions. It was like, my gosh, the whole world is here. What do I pick, right? And sometimes I didn't make the best decisions. And so when you get that practice during your childhood and during your adolescence in making those decisions on your own with some autonomy, knowing that someone has your back no matter what, it's really good practice for adulthood. And it's not, we can never protect our children from making mistakes, right? We want to be able to as parents, but that's really not going to happen. Like, raise your hand if you've never made a mistake in your life, right? Like, none of us, like, golly gee. And so it's really important that we know that, and that we encourage our kids to not only, that people make mistakes, but also that people can really learn from the mistakes they make and grow from it. Right. And again, so freedom and choice is scary, but it's also an opportunity. And so I really urge parents and teachers to allow kids to have that opportunity to have choice and freedom in their lives.
Okay.